For more on the president's Build Back Better plan, I want to bring in Jared Bernstein. He's a member of the White House Council of Economic Advisors. Jared, thanks so much for joining. So the president is celebrating the progress on the bill, but I wonder, is he also mourning the losses of many of his top priorities that have been left out of this package?
Well, as you know, we've been here for less than a year, and what we have in front of us now is a framework for a transformative investment, a lasting and transformative investment in climate, in care for children and older persons, and helping families offset the costs of things they depend on, and helping people get back to work, and in growing the economy with good, high-quality jobs. So we'll have other days to fight for other things, but we're very excited and very proud of our president for being able to negotiate this historical, transformational set of policies.
Major accomplishments in terms of what the president had set out to achieve. But there were still things that I'm sure had to have been something of a gut punch to leave on the table. I'm wondering, what was the biggest loss? And as you mentioned, there's a chance that we might see some of this come back in future legislation. But I want to ask specifically about paid family leave. It was already a major concession from the White House to drop the number of paid leave down to 4 weeks. And now it looks like it's going to be out altogether. Given that the U.S. is one of only 6 countries in the world without national paid leave, is this issue completely dead in this legislative session? I understand that you still have more time in the White House, but is this the end of the road on that issue right now?
No. Far from it. We have a president who talked about this during the campaign. I worked for the president during the campaign, and it was one of the first things he talked about. And he will continue to fight for that because he knows how important that is to working families. But equally important, perhaps even more so to many families with young kids, is affordable care. You talked about the comparison with other countries. We are really an outlier here, Lana. We don't have an accessible, affordable childcare system. But thanks to President Biden, we're going to have that. 2 years of free preschool for more than 6 million kids, affordable childcare, no middle-income family paying more than 7% of their income, high-quality help for older Americans and families who have to take care of their loved ones who are residing with them in many cases. Not only does this help family budgets, but it creates a path into the labor force for many caretakers, disproportionately women and moms, who want to do so, and as I said, have just never had that kind of opportunity in this economy. With this Building Back Better agenda, they will have precisely that.
Well, certainly we know that the research on universal pre-K for 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds in the states that have it is very strong. But I just want to clarify, when you say that paid family leave was one of the most important things for then-candidate Biden out on the campaign trail when you were working for him, are we to expect standalone legislation on this?
I'm certainly not going to get into that level of negotiations at this stage. We're very much focused on making sure that this legislation, both the reconciliation or Build Back Better plan and the infrastructure plan, begin to transform this economy as soon as we possibly can. The president and our legislative team negotiated for many weeks, as you know, and it's not easy to do these days in today's Washington. But they recognized from the beginning that Democrats were all rowing in the same direction. So we just had to unify folks around a plan that involved affordable care, action on climate, a middle-class tax cut, affordable health care, all paid for with highly progressive tax measures. Yes, there are other pieces of this that the president has long fought for. And, you know, fighting Joe Biden is not done by a long shot. He's going to continue to fight for important pieces that fell out of this. But right now, we're extremely focused on making sure we transform the American economy on behalf of the middle class with this Building Back Better plan.
Well, on that note, the president obviously cannot afford to lose any votes from Democrats in the Senate if he wants to see this package come to fruition. But we still didn't hear Senator Manchin say he's on board. Are you confident that this is the end of concessions?
I am confident, but far more important, President Biden is confident. If you've heard him talk about this, in fact, if you've heard some of the senators speak about this, he worked extremely hard with senators, of course, Senators Manchin and Sinema, you mentioned, Senator Sanders, Senator Warren, the full spate of Democrats, and in the House as well. And I've heard comments all day coming out of Democrats from all sides of our party saying that they think this plan is transformational, that it's going to get the job done for the American people, and that they're willing to hold hands, work together, give not just this president a win. That's not what he's about. Give this country a win. Give middle-class families a win. And when you look at the extent to which child care provisions save almost $9,000 per year for 9 million kids who are going to get help with this measure. When you think about families who middle-income families who will pay no more than 7% of their income for a child care, a bill that often is prohibitive for many families in the middle class. When you think about the health care measures that reduce premiums for millions of folks who don't have adequate health insurance, then you understand why Democrats from all sides of the party are behind this plan.
Well, it took a lot to get there. Jared Bernstein, thank you.
My pleasure.